So, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Wilson Waffling Live. Now, before we go any further with this, any further at all, I would first of all like to apologize. And I would like to apologize for a few things. Okay, now, the first thing I would like to apologize is for the dreadful lighting situation. Okay, so the dreadful lighting situation as it stands at the moment is that I have almost like sunlight pouring into my face. Okay, I am not, or I do not have, sort of like lighting to sort of like protect me or to enhance these humble features. So what we're left with is this sort of like bleached out look. Okay, this sort of like bleached out that you're going to have to live with. Okay, so that's the first thing. You're going to have to deal with a bleached out look. Secondly, I would like to apologise for the awful quality of my live stream because they are terrible, and I am quite aware of this. And the live stream on YouTube is bad, and this live stream is bad, and everything is generally pathetic. But at the present moment in time, there is nothing I could do about it. So please either ignore the video and just listen to my voice, or watch the video as well, or do something to sort of like alter it. But until I actually buy myself a new computer, then I'm afraid this is it. This is what you're getting. Okay, so with that out the way, I also would like to say that I have um, altered maybe the chat a bit. And what I've done is that I've set up a different chat room to the one here. And so when it's actually live here, I've set up a tiny chat, which I think might be a little bit more accessible to people. So you can go along to tinychat.com/ iWilsonYSJ and log in there, and you can chat away to each other or chat away to me there. And I've got it on another computer to the side of me here, so I'll be able to keep an eye on that as we go through the show. So if you'd like to go there and pop some information or do some chatting, then you're quite welcome to. So first things up, as you well know, that we often start, the first thing that we start with on these wonderful shows is the image of the day. The image of the day. And what I would like to show you is something, and you can actually try and guess what it is. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, but the first thing I would like to do is guess what it is. So here it is. What do you think this is? What do you think that is? Eh? What do you think it is? Very interesting. There's nobody in the chat at the moment, so I don't know what people are sort of like thinking. And I don't think there's anybody tweeting anything on Twitter. No. So the question is, what do you think that is? Any suggestions? Maybe not. Well, I'll let you into a secret. Let me just scroll it up a bit. There you go. It's an image of a fruit fly's eye. A fruit fly's eye. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Compound eye. Now remember, all these images that I show are from www.the-scientist.com, and it's part of my image of the day. And you can either look at it directly on the web page, or you can follow me on Pinterest, and there I have a board there that you can go and have a look at and investigate them. So this is the image of the day, a fruit fly's eye, and I thought, how interesting. How interesting. We could really sort of like use this, couldn't we, in the classroom, in the sense that we could actually take close up of things, actually have a close up of objects, and actually ask the children what each one is. What is this? Okay, and get them to actually engage with the discussion. It could be close-up science objects or just edges or tables or anything that the children find interesting. And at the same time, we can engage the children with a bit of technology, and we can ask them to take their own photographs of things, and maybe upload them to things like the virtual learning environment and things like that. And actually, almost like start off some ideas like quizzes or sort of like guess what this is, and they could start forum posts and things like that. And we can even print them off and put them round about and sort of like set them around the classroom to sort of like demonstrate the children to interact. Of course, we could use some QR codes with them as well, in the sense that we can QR code to the original picture or to the answers on a Google Doc, and then the children can actually scan in and sort of like go and see what they actually are. So we've got plenty of stuff that can happen there. So just to remind you, here's the picture once again. And the idea is what is this? And remember, the website for that is on www.thescientist.com. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about today? Well, the next thing on my wonderful list after the image of the day, of course, is my week tweets. The tweets of the week. Tweets of the week. This is when I look round and I decide what wonderful tweets I did throughout the week and what I would like to share with you on this this Wilson Waffling Live. And first of all, the first thing I would like to show you was something that I found that was interesting because it's free. And of course, we always like free things. Okay, so here's the first free thing. And this is free pictures. Free pictures, okay? And you can get these free pictures from somewhere called Pixabay, okay? And Pixabay is an image for free, a website, sorry, for free images, and you can get them. Now, I was a bit concerned when I logged into this at all because we've got the lovely, I think this is Sydney Opera House, isn't it, at the top, and then down at the bottom here. Down at the bottom, we have got down at the bottom some really strange pictures. So we've got one here that seems to be of some bloomers, and we've got another one that seems to be of mating ladybirds, which is not the best. Not the best at all. But I do apologize for that. But two really interesting images there. But the important thing is that up at the top here, we have got free images. So Pixabay, all about free images. Okay, and that's really important. Okay, I've just been informed on the chat that I'm talking like I'm a bit beatboxing at the moment, which is quite impressive. I've never beatboxed before. I know I need a pop screen. What I think I should do, rather than having this headset on, I think what I should do is actually get my Blue Yeti microphone set up. When I get my new computer, that'll be it, because I've got a pop screen for that. So I can actually put that on. And I can imagine that the video quality is pretty rubbish, so I do apologize. So that's the first thing. So that Pixabay. So if you want to nip along and have a look at Pixabay, that's a good site for free images. Now, the other thing, that tweet of the week, is something really exciting that I found, because they have found a new Earth. Now, anybody who knows me will realize that or remember that I'm really interested in astronomy and things like that. And they have found, believe it or not, a new Earth. And this new Earth, this is from bbc.co.uk news/science dash environment. And here it is, Godzilla of the Earth identified. And this is really interesting because what it actually is, it's actually an Earth. So it's like an very similar to our Earth. It has um, a standard hard surface, which is good. We like a standard hard surface because we can actually live off it. But the other interesting thing is it's about 17 times bigger than our Earth. 17 times, which is huge. 17 times the size of our Earth. Okay, and the actual density of some of the objects and the rocks, etc., are more dense than what they are on this Earth. So absolutely amazing. The interest, it's called, just out of interest, it's called Kepler 10c. Kepler 10c, that's what it's called. And it's been found by the Kepler telescope. And it'd be really exciting where this actually goes. And I'm sort of like thinking, could we live off this? Could we live off it if it's got a hard surface? Is this something that we can actually eventually blast off and live to? I think it's about 560 light years away. So that's pretty far away, pretty far away. And because we talked about space today, you might notice I've got a character on my t-shirt. See that character on the t-shirt? Now, I'm wondering whether or not anybody knows what character that is. Okay, it's from a very old cartoon. It used to be on television, but I loved it. I loved the program, and that's why I'm wearing it. So if you know what it is, or you know who it is, then you can always tweet me the answer at iWilsonYSJ, and you can tweet me the answer and tell me who you think it is. Okay. If you don't want everybody to see it, you can actually just pop it in a direct message or contact me on Facebook. Okay, so that's who do you think this is? I'll just show you again. It is. Who do you think that is? It is a rabbit. Well, technically. So, what else are we going to talk about today? Well, next on my list is to look at Wilson waffling. Okay, so if you've been following me on Twitter, you will be aware that I have, of course, done my Wilson waffling today. Okay, not that everybody might have looked at it, but this is this week's Wilson waffling, and this Wilson waffling just down here was called Inspired by Technology. And this is a blog post that I wrote after being on conference. And I went to conference on Thursday at Higher York at York St John University, and we discussed various aspects of technology. And within this blog post, what I talk about are two really important questions that appear to come up again and again and again and again. And well, not again and again and again, a few times. And one of them is about technology impacting on assessment. Okay, and assessment of whether or not does technology actually impact on assessment, and is that the key element of it? Should we be just focusing on assessment of results and how much technology can impact on that, or is there another area that technology is supporting? And I write here about whether or not it actually leads on to enjoyment of learning. The other thing that I talk about in this waffle is about Twitter and whether or not it will come a time that everybody is using Twitter as standard. And I relate this to thoughts about, there must have been a time when we didn't all have emails. Okay. And was there a time when people were actually saying, oh, we can't possibly ask everybody to have an email? Okay. Oh, was there a time that we were saying we can't possibly ask everybody to do word processing for their assignments? And will there become a time when we actually accept that everybody has Twitter or something similar to Twitter? What will be the new Twitter? And I write it here, and it's not a sort of like I'm not trying to encourage a massive discussion debate about this. It's just almost like giving you some insight to some of my thoughts about technology. So if you fancy going along and having a look at that, then that's called Inspired by Technology. Okay, and that's on my Wilson Waffling site. Now, in the same it's similar to Wilson Waffling. Of course, last week I did two things. I actually set up a poll. I set up a poll. So when people actually actually entered the chat, they had a poll to do, and I was absolutely amazed by the tremendous tremendous input of to that poll. Tremendous input, and all it was a simple poll just to see whether or not the system was working. And the question was, do you prefer tea or coffee? And you had to pick one or the others. You either had to pick tea or you had to pick coffee. And I set up the poll via Wirecast, which is what I use at the moment. And here are the results. Stand by. Here we go. Those are the results. How outstanding is that? So, two people voted, and they both voted for tea. Absolutely outstanding. Two people, and they both voted for tea. I was absolutely amazed. Absolutely amazed. Two people, a total of two people. But I am not going to be deterred from this. I am not going to be deterred for this. So, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to let you know what the next poll is about. Okay, and to make it a little bit not maybe not interesting, but maybe a little bit different, we're going to have a poll, and I'm going to poll this throughout the week, and I'm going to poll it on Facebook and things like that. And the idea of this poll is to decide whether or not there is intelligent life forms on other planets. So just because I was talking about the new Kepler 10c, but also because of my t-shirt as well, the poll is all about whether or not you think that there is life on other planets. Okay, and the idea of this is that you can poll throughout the week, and you can decide on answers, and you can give it some thought, and you can actually decide what's going on, and then I will present the results next time. Okay, next time, and I will sort of like say how many, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more than two people. Two people. Now, if you remember last week, I set a question, and the question was to be answered on Twitter, and some answers came in as we were talking. And the question was, who is your favorite Disney character? Who is your favorite Disney character? And you can see here that's Sarah Fox here. If you remember, this came in last time. Where her favorite Disney character used to be Ariel, who I think is from The Little Mermaid, but now it's Isa, I think, who is from Frozen. And I looked that up, and it is indeed from Frozen. Now, this was not the only response I had. Okay, I did have another response, And the second response I had was from Daniel here, who said that his favorite character was Professor Archimedes Q Porter. And he even presented a little picture there for me, which was absolutely fantastic. So I actually got a picture as well. So that was fantastic. So of course, I need to set this week's question. Okay, and rather than setting up a question that relates to Disney or something like that, what I thought I would do is set a question to do with my blog post. My blog post, if you remember, was all about whether or not technology has to focus on assessment rather than on enjoyment. So this is the question. Okay, what's more important, do you think, in education? What's more important? Do you think that assessment is more important or enjoyment? Or do you think it's a mixture of the two? Do you think it's half of one and half the other? Do you think they're equally important? Now, responses for this need to come via Twitter. They need to come via Twitter. So you've only got 140 characters. And remember, you can reply to me or direct message me, but remember to hashtag it WWL. Okay, which is Wilson Waffling Live. I think I'm going to use that hashtag from now on, Wilson Waffling Live. So what is more important, assessment or enjoyment? So moving a little bit away from Disney and things like that at the moment, maybe get your brain working over the summer a bit. What is more important, assessment or enjoyment to do with teaching? Okay, so that's going to be your question, and you need to think about that and then post it up to Twitter for me. And we'll have a look at the responses next week. So you've actually got two things that you could be getting on with. You've got the poll, which is talking about life on other planets. And you've also, if you've got the time and opportunity, you've also got the time to have a look at the Twitter feed and to look at the question, what is more important, assessment or enjoyment? So you've got a couple of things there to do, and you can get back to me and tweet me throughout the week on that. And remember, my my Twitter handle is iWilsonYSJ, so you can get back to me on that. So what else? Well, I'm just going to check Twitter now, just to see whether or not anybody exciting has actually presented anything throughout the session here. I don't think anybody has, but I'm just waiting for it. It's been a bit slow at the moment. It's just catching up on my other computer screen. So let's just move across to Twitter, the live feed of Twitter. Here we go, live feed of Twitter. Has anybody posted? The answer is no. Nobody has posted at all. But that's not a problem. I will slowly build up my audience. Slowly build up my audience. That's the idea of this. So, and I know probably a lot of people are busy planning or working and things like that. So a lot of people will probably watch the blog, this live stream, not live, but on YouTube, if the quality is any better than it was last time. So we're coming to the end of the show. So I've just got a few things to remind you about. You might have noticed that I've started to do some Minecraft videos, and my Minecraft videos are over on YouTube, and you can have a look at them on YouTube. And I've produced or published two at the present moment in time that you can watch already, and these you can find on my blog, my Wilson Waffling blog. So here's Waffling Wilson Plays Minecraft First Night, and then this is the second one, Waffling Wilson Plays Minecraft Deep Caves and Roast Chicken. Okay, and of course, you could also find those, if you wish, you can find those on YouTube itself. And these, I publish these every week on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And you can see that down at the bottom of YouTube here, you can see that there's actually the list of playlists, and there's 2 playlists available there. There's the playlist for the Wilson Waffling Live up here, but remember the quality of that is not good at the moment. But I'm working on it. And then just underneath here, here's the Wilson Waffling World, i.e. the Minecraft videos down there. So you can pop along there and have a look at those if you wish. Just while we're here on YouTube, I'm pleased to announce that I now have 19 subscribers, 19, which is a huge increase from last time. So 19 subscribers, which is really good. Really pleased about that. I was going for 20, although some of my ex-students said that I should be going for 50. But 19 is probably where I feel comfortable at the moment. So I'm going to go for 25. I think 25 might be a good limit to go to. I think I need to work on actually getting this live stream sorted and actually getting it so it uploads correctly and the quality's right. And people in the chat room and telling me about my people, just like one person, but that's fine. Thank you, that person. I appreciate that you're coming along and listening to me. And I've got to sort out my speakers now, my mic and everything like that. So I've got a lot to work on, but please bear with me. In the words of the well-known song, things can only get better. Things can only get better. So hopefully that's where this will end up, and we'll start getting better and better. Just checking the Twitter feed there, but nothing will come along. So just to finish off today, don't forget you've got the polls to do, and you've got you can tweet me the answer to the question about whether or not you think assessment or enjoyment is more important. And there is the poll as well, and I should have that up on my screen, but I'll blog that and tweet that and Facebook it throughout the week. So time is nearly up now. As you know, I tend to only do this stream for about half an hour maximum. I might do it for longer at a later date. But until then, thank you very much. If you have been along with me for this for today, and you've been chatting in the chat room, or you've been also, somebody in the chat room is asking what the cartoon character is called. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep that till next week. Keep that to next week. You could, if anybody knows, they can tweet me. Okay, you could tweet me what you think it is, but I will tell you next week. Okay, you can tell me next week. I'll tell you. So please remember that Wilson Waffling Live goes out every Sunday at 2 o'clock. And this is this show that you're looking at. And also every Wednesday, I have Wilson Waffling Wednesday, which is not a show at all. It's just a time that I come along and have a chat and see what's going on. So until then, thank you very much for coming along. Thank you very much for listening and putting up with either the beatboxing music or talk or the rubbish video stream. I do promise both will get better eventually. And thank you for joining me here in New Wing 5. And hopefully I'll hear some responses from people. Thank you to the chat room. And I will see you all next week. Or Wednesday, if you're coming along on Wednesday. So have fun, and I'll catch you later.